Today we're talking about, are you making them your God? Are you making him your God? Are you making her your God? Do you consistently think about them first before you think about yourself? Do it seem like they ever think of you first as well? Do you sacrifice everything for them? Do you sacrifice your feelings, your emotions, do they listen to you when you speak to them, when you complain to them? Does it feel like you're in a relationship with them? Or does it just feel like you're chasing a relationship? Or do you want to be in a relationship with them, but they haven't told you that they wanted to be in a relationship? Have you been with them for years and it's still not a relationship, and you continuously keep chasing them and loving them and wanting them, but you just don't feel it back? You just don't get that same thing back. So I'm here to say that you might be making them your God. If you're putting them above God, meaning you love them more than God. And you may say to yourself, I don't love them more than God. You might go to church every Sunday. You might go to Bible study and all that. But are you loving them more than God? That means after church, after Bible study, do you think of them before you think about God? Huh? Because a lot of times we put other people above God. I know you might have heard the phrase that you love them more than you love yourself. But the fact is, you got to put God above yourself. So you change that phrase. Do I love them more than I love God? Because I'm doing everything for them first, when I should be doing everything for God first. Now, to love God is to love others first, but you have to think about God first in order to love them. You get what I'm saying? You don't think about them first. Think about God first. So I'm here to tell you that you might be making them your God. And in the scriptures, God speaks on the Israelites worshiping other gods, right? A lot of people don't understand what that means. They think like, okay, they was worshiping gods back in the day, but we have this God and blah, 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 or other religions and all that. But no, that's not what God is basically just speaking on. He's speaking on as in, you can make something or someone your God if you love them more than him. If you put them first and don't put him first. You get what I'm saying? Whatever is your God is what you love the most. So that's why you have to love God the most, and then you can love everything else through him. So you sacrifice yourself, you drain yourself, you give and you give and you give and you give. But then after you run out of that, after you're drained of all that giving, then you think about God because it hurts so bad, right? Truthfully, the fact is when we put other people or other things above God, that's because we're yearning and we're chasing the love that we never got. So a lot of times with women, y'all might have had daddy issues or mommy issues, or your mother might have treated your father badly. So you cling to a man to give this man the love that you never got, or the love that your mother never gave to your father. So you don't want another man to feel that way that your mom made him feel, or you just want that love that you never got. Your father might have not been there. Your father might have been there but didn't give you the attention or didn't make you feel loved. So you go into this relationship clinging and clinging, trying to do so much and putting them first and never thinking of God. Again, it's not yourself that you put above God. So you can't say never thinking about yourself. It's thinking about God. Because when you put God first, you'll actually see that this person doesn't love you. Because remember, you love them and you put them first because you're actually chasing for the love that you never got. So you're trying to get them to give you this love that you never received. And you might be clinging to them. But what God wants you to do is actually cling to him. I also speak on this because I actually did this myself. I made women my God in my past relationships. You know, and a lot of that stemmed from because of the love that I never felt. I never got that nurturing feeling from my mother, so I yearned for it in relationships, and basically every relationship I was in, I yearned for it. And you might be doing the same thing. That love that you never got, you yearn for it. And sometimes women actually keep men in their lives because it's an attachment issue. It's an attachment type of thing. It's kind of like a drug. You yearn for it. And if he leaves, you want it back. It's a drug. See, you're putting him above God because guess what? God is love and love is God and God is the drug. God wants us to be addicted to him, not them. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm guilty of the same thing. That's because I wanted love. But see, the funny thing is that God doesn't want us to go chasing down love. God wants us to go out and give love. So when you stop chasing it because you have it through God, then you'll know how strong you are. You'll have so much self-worth that you don't even want to chase it. All you want to do is give it because you have it. Remember, you have to get love from God. You have to practice it. You have to be it. And once you are love, then you can actually see it. So you'll know when someone truly loves you. But the only way you know that is because God showed you. That's because you put God first. So I want you to know that you may be in your life right now putting someone above God. And like I said, you might not think that you're doing it. I didn't think that I was doing it either. It was unconscious. I was clinging to this person. But I was clinging to them so bad because I wanted something that I never had. And I wanted to keep it so bad. But I also wanted them to change into that love that I actually wanted. But I couldn't change them. All I could do is change myself. But remember, when you have something, you don't have to go out and get something. So you have it through God. So you don't have to cling. And you don't have to try to fight and fuss and yearn to receive it from someone else. I got it so much. Not saying that I have it fully right now, but I know what love is now because I know who God is. I put God above everything else now. I practice it. And the funny thing is I even put my daughter above God before. I loved my daughter so much that he used my daughter so that I would know that he comes first. And I also want y'all to know that as well. When you love a man or when you love a woman above God, God will use that very thing that you love the most to show you that he is the one that needs to come first. And that'll be used through pain and suffering sometimes. Because remember, if you put them first, when you don't get it, you might start running to God because you feel pain. So you asking God, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Blah, blah, blah. It's because you're not putting him first. And he's trying to show you something. But the more love you don't receive, the more love you want from him. And then when you go to him, he'll give it to you. But then when he gives it to you, you'll be able to see love. And you'll be able to see when something isn't love. Because you'll have self-worth. And you'll have security. So much security that you want to secure other people. So much love that you got so much love that it overflows your cup. That you have to give it to other people. So again, ask yourself, are you making him your God? Are you making her your God? Because more than likely, you are. And remember also, you can make yourself your God. Because you can't focus on yourself. If you focus on yourself, then you can't do God's work. You're not doing God's will. Because focusing only on yourself takes away love. Don't make yourself God and don't make others your God. Make God your God. And God will use everything that he's given you to fulfill his purpose through you. I want y'all to know that. I hope y'all can see the truth. Just ask God. Ask God, what am I doing? Ask God, am I putting someone else above you, God? Show me. Because Having a relationship with God isn't just going to church. It's about doing his will. It's about doing his work after church. And it's about bringing people back to the church. Remember, God is love. His whole focus is to love, and he wants us to be like him. So he gives us the love, which is like he giving us the work, and then he wants us to go give it out to everyone else. He don't want us to run and try to get it from them, because they're not the supplier. God is the supplier of love. He gives it to you. You're the worker, you're the servant, you're the employee, and he wants you to give it to others who don't have it. Always remember that. God is the supplier of love. He gives it to you. You're the worker, you're the servant, you're the employee. God wants you to go out and give what he's given you, which is love, understanding, faith, power, everything that Jesus had. He wants you to go out and distribute it to everyone else, just like the disciples did with Jesus, because you are a disciple. You're a disciple of God. Work for him. Put in that work. Make God first in your life. Think of him every morning. Think of him before you make a decision. Think of him before doing the wrong thing. He'll teach you the right way. He'll show you what you need to do. Think of him when you think of love, and he'll show you what love is. I hope y'all got the message. Hope you have a good day.